Hey everyone, it's Adam from ATP Powerlifting, and today we're going to talk about doing a tap and go deadlift versus doing a regular deadlift, also called a dead stop deadlift, and let's get right into it. Before we get too far into this, I want to give you two visuals so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So here those are right here. So there's a couple reasons why I don't agree with doing a tap and go deadlift. Big surprise, right? One of the big number one reasons is if we're in powerlifting, we're in strongman. I'm assuming most of you that watch my channel are either thinking about competing in those sports or already have. In powerlifting, we do one rep. There's not even a chance to bounce the weight off the ground and to do more reps, right? So in powerlifting, we just wanna practice the way we play and be more specific. In strongman, most of the time they tell you with the down command, down. In some instances, I'm assuming that you can bounce the weight, but in most instances, you're not gonna be able to do a tap and go deadlift. So again, you should just practice how you should compete in competition. Another big reason is if you were to just do a deadlift, pick it up and drop it, it's gonna bounce a certain amount. Now, it'll depend what platform you're on, what kind of plate you're using, how much weight's on the bar, what kind of bar it is, how much it bounces. But when you do a tap and go deadlift, that's what you're essentially doing is you're dropping the deadlift from the top. You're relying on some of that momentum, bam, to get the bar the first few inches off the ground. You'll see a lot of individuals that they grind the living shit out of one rep and there's no way you could get another normal deadlift. And let's not even call it a dead stop deadlift. It's a dead lift. It's called a dead lift because you're lifting it from a dead stop, a dead position, right? So you individuals that are always doing those reps that are tap and go are not building up strength in that lower range of motion, even though you're going through a full range of motion technically, because that momentum is driving that first couple of inches. So you're creating this weak point or weak spot in your deadlift because your body never has to create force through that position besides to pull the first rep, and any rep after that is a tap and go rep. So if you're weak out of the bottom position and you're doing tap and go reps, just straight up stop that. There's no justification. You're just ignoring your weak point. You need to spend more time in a position you're weak, not less. So let that bar come all the way down, let it stop moving, and then pull it. Don't bounce your deadlifts. Now, I don't want to get too much into this at all. There's two different styles on how you put your deadlift down. You can kind of put it down, relax, then set your hips, pull, put it down, relax, then set your hips and pull. That'll give you a lot more practice setting your hips, or you can keep full body tension when you just come up. You come down, you keep position, but let that weight stop moving, and then pull again. Come down, don't bounce it, let the weight stop moving, and then pull again. I don't want to get too much into which one of those styles I prefer, but the main goal is that you will stop bouncing, whether you're holding position or resetting your hips each time. Another reason, if you are an individual that lets their hips just kind of stay up and then resets their hips each time on the pull, now you're actually practicing creating full body tension with each rep. Now, there are other downsides to resetting your hips every single time and not keeping tension. Just like most things, there's benefits and negatives to each style of different lifts. But if you are that style that lets it come down and then resets the hips each time, you're getting a lot of practice creating tension, getting the bar going through the right rep. You know what I mean? You're just getting way more practice pulling that first rep because you're essentially pulling the first rep every single time. Now, if it gets really, really sloppy, yeah, now we're kind of promoting form breakdown and stuff like that, but that can be another beneficial reason on why you do not want to do a tap and go rep, because it eliminates the benefits of being able to practice the regular lift over and over and over throughout your working sets and working reps. Well, I hope that video helped you guys out in making a decision whether you should do tap and go deadlifts or a regular deadlift. I'm going to give you one reason on why you should do a tap and go deadlift. Because honestly, the benefits do not outweigh the negatives on that. The negatives are much higher. One of the positives you could say, and I'll just say it because everyone's going to say it in the comments, is, well, you can handle more weight doing touch and go. Yeah, you can, but there's a reason why you can't handle more weight doing a regular deadlift, is because it's harder. So if it doesn't turn over into your normal deadlift and you're just getting stuck in that bottom position and you have shit technique from doing tap and go all the time, that's not going to help you in the long run. That's just helping you push your ego, and you're just worried about how much weight you can rep on that day, not in the long run. I know people are going to go out there and talk about people like Chris Duffin and George Lehman on how, well, they do touch and go deadlifts and look at how strong they are. It's like, all right, well, we can take pretty much any opinion we have and find evidence to back that up. I'm talking about the majority of people. People like Chris Duffin and George Lehman, they know what they're doing. I'm sure they have a reason for doing it, but you are not Chris Duffin. You are not George Lehman. You are not that 1% lifter that is going to go out there and make a whole bunch of deadlift gains doing tap and go. I'm talking about the majority of lifters are going to benefit from doing a regular deadlift instead of a tap and go. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. That's all from me, guys. Peace.
I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just